Okay, for this tutorial, it's called the body roll and head roll combo. I've taught this in many different live classes, and I love this move. It has a lot of nuances in it, so we want to make sure you do a really good job executing these movements very well. So let's demo it first and show you how it's done. 7, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of things going on here. If you want, you can review how to do body rolls and head rolls properly inside our Essential Body Movements module. But for this case, we're going to review some of those nuances here. But you can find the full breakdowns, obviously, inside our course. So let's start from this angle. We're going to I'll start off in open position with a left turn. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and pause here. We want to make contact with her back at 6 because we want to initiate this head roll, okay? So how to initiate it? We're going to tilt our chest slightly so that she has room here to start this head roll, and lift our elbow ever so slightly to give her room to finish that head roll. And at the same time, we're going to make sure she doesn't continue to spin by having her right arm trapped behind my back here, so that we're in this stationary position to do a lot of body rolls and head rolls from this position. So a lot of things at once. Let's get there slowly, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5, contact, tilt, 7, 8. And notice how I tilt and bring that arm down and behind me here, so I have contact now with her back. And I can use my other hand here to put it on her shoulder. And I'm not pushing her with my hands, I'm just leaving there as cues. So what's really key is me shifting my weight and doing a side body roll myself to lead a body roll for her, okay? I'm not doing this. It's here as extra signals, but really my body is leading this movement, okay? So let's get there maybe from this angle. 5, 6, 7, left turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? Very nice.
So, some information for the followers. Even the title of this move incorporates head roll. What we really need to be practicing is how to move our chest, because as you probably know, if you start going to socials, you're going to be doing about 1,000 head rolls at night, and we can always wake up with a really stiff neck. And it's not the move itself, it's just we haven't yet learned the technique. So it's really important, for example, if I move my head to the right, I'm not tilting like this because it's really pulling on my neck here. What I'm actually doing is moving my chest and rotating my body, and then my head just ever so slightly moves to the side, and it gives more of an illusion of moving my head than actually moving it. And then it's the same for the other side. I'm actually moving my chest. And if I just do front and back very quickly as well, if I want to move my head back, I'm not throwing my neck back. This is going to pinch and really, really hurt after some time. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, and then my head's just lifting up. Exactly like Tam was demonstrating, like there's a string just pulling me up. So you can see now my neck's not pinching, I've actually got a lot of space. And the same for forward. If I just throw my head forward, it's going to get stuck here on my chest. Whereas if I actually close my chest and let my head hang down gently, you can see now I've got quite a lot of space there. So if you can, just practice these movements here, and that's going to give you a lot more comfort in your neck, especially when you're doing it all night at a social.
Very good tips. And that's why I said when we're prepping for that initial head roll, we're actually tilting our chest so that it helps initiate the head roll, which is true, but there's a lot more nuance. Tilting down and up here, yes? Okay, let's try that again using the techniques that we learned with Hannah here. So 5, 6, 7, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Now let's do it again from the follower's perspective. 5, 6, 7, let's go. 1, 2, super slow. Do. Okay? So we're gonna end up in that body roll, and like I said, we're leading it from the side body roll leads, and for the follows, they're doing a front body roll, okay?
Final tip when we're doing this body roll, make sure we don't finish the head roll too soon. So we're coming with the head roll, take your time and wait here, because if we finish and we're upright, we can't then do the body roll. So it might feel a bit weird and unnatural when we're first learning these moves to be in such a, well, quite frankly, gross position. No one wants to hunch over like this, but this is actually essential in creating the rest of the movement. So don't anticipate, don't come out of the head roll and immediately feel like you've got to be stood up. Just wait a little bit for your leader just to give you the next signal.
Yeah, and you might have already seen this in the Sensual Body movements module. Try to delay your movements, go a little bit slower, okay? We're not racing, we're dancing, yeah? So let's try it again. 5, 6, 7, slow. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So she's only going up when I'm going up, okay? And notice how I am down as well, because I want to meet her at her level in order to initiate this first body roll. Very nice. Once we're here, we'll continue on. We're going to do a head roll by first contracting her chest. Contract. We'll do it again. We're going to contract her in. So we're going to use our hands ever so slightly. And more importantly, my own body is going to contract and breathe so that she can go around for a head roll. Yes? And the contraction is the most important prep. Without the contraction, it'll be like a jolting head roll and it won't feel as good. So let's try that together from this angle. So 5, 6, let's get there from the top. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. We finish that body roll. We're gonna contract and bring this around to finish that 8 count, okay? I did a little bit too fast. So let me go again from that body roll. So we're down first. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna collapse our chest in. We're gonna tilt her head to her right, our leader's left. All the way around and plie at the very ending to go back up together, okay? So as she is doing the head roll, I'm still down because that's where her level is. And only when she's finished and when she wants to go up, then I go up too. Let's do that again from the top, okay? 5, 6, the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 5, contact. 7, 1, 2, 3, collapse, head roll, and down, and let's go. 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. So you might be wondering, what do we do with our elbows? How high do we lift it? We want to lift it as high as we need to in order for the follow's head to comfortably go down. Oftentimes the pros, especially when you're really good at body movements, you don't need to lift it that high. A big mistake that I see is leaders lift it way too high here, and it gives that very big gap that doesn't look as pretty, and it's not really effective because you're losing contact. What's more important is having that contact with your hand or even your forearm to lead this movement. So as we do that first initial spin here, I like to even leave my forearm here and barely even lifting my elbow to give her space. And I like using my forearm personally because it gives me a lot more control instead of just my hands. My forearms give me a lot of control and signals to the follow more than just the surface area of my hand. And generally speaking, if you're moving your forearm, you're likely moving your body versus moving hand independent of your body. So it's kind of a good habit to not use your hands so much. But that's my personal preference. You can still do this obviously with your hands, but what I want to just drill down more is just everything's led with the body, not our hands, okay?
So some tips for the followers when we're doing this final head roll. I've already explained about creating space for the head, so I'm not going to do that again. Is to do with our weight transfer. So we've got our body roll here. Can we just rotate, Tim? So when we do our contraction, what I also do is I tuck my hips under a little bit because sometimes these moves can really pinch at our lower back. So when you close your chest, just tuck your hip under a little bit. And what I'm now doing with my feet is I'm not really moving very much. I'm kind of swiveling on the spot. So I'm just going from here to here. is literally all I'm doing with my feet. We really don't need to move a lot here. So I'm doing the contraction, my head is going around, and then I'm coming up. What I see happen quite a lot is followers do these great big sweeping movements like this, and what's happened is you've pulled yourself off your center. So again, it's all in the chest. This creates the illusion of movement, where what we really want to make sure we're doing is staying grounded over our own body. So we don't want to be throwing ourselves backwards. And then the final point for a bit of extra stability, after we've done our contraction, our heads go around, look for your partner's waist and just kind of not slam your arm into, you don't want to hurt them, but really just look to make a connection there. And this is going to help give you stability and re-establish frame. So always look for your partner's stomach. We don't want to leave our arms dangling, unsure what to do. Contact here.
Very nice. And to exit, you have two different options. We can go first with that body roll, and then that head roll, and we can end again with another body roll by me initiating it myself, or we can just go straight up. So if we were already down and just to go up, we go up or down and then back up, like in that line. Or if we want to, we can initiate that last body roll. So,
I like the straight up one. I think there's a lot of drama, and Tam keeps alluding to these like breaks in the music and these like really like energy points, and this is another one where it's really good just to shoot up and flick your hair around.
Yeah, it depends on the music and depends on the mood of the connection of how you guys are dancing. But I always want to give you guys a lot of options. One of the biggest mistakes I see leads do when they do this move is they start when they on the 5 and 6, they don't catch the back early enough. They catch it 5, 6, too late, and they try to do this head roll here with just the hand, right? We want to catch it at the 6, and also we want to be relatively close to our partner. Like I just showed, if we're too far away, we don't have a lot of control here to initiate a lot of the movements. The movements happen when we're quite close to each other so that we have contact with our bodies, and so my body can lead, even if I do nothing, no hands, she knows exactly what I want to do, right? So when we do this, connect with that back earlier and stay closer to her and bring that arm down and now get into this position as we're so close, okay? Let's do this one more time, all together, to end this combo. So 5, 6, 7, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and basic. 2, 3, 5, and 7, 8. All right, there you have it. That was a bit of a longer tutorial, but we wanted to make sure we cover the nuances. And once you get this, it's really, really fun to do at socials and incorporates a lot of the essential movements that we all grown to love. So thank you so much for this tutorial. I'll see you in the next one.